back. We're gonna be talking about the detective is already dead. So it's a new show that's just starting. There's only 2 episodes out right now. So we'll be just giving like a basic overview of it and what we think might happen and everything. So you can go first.
Okay, so pretty much this show starts out on a plane, and there's a guy, he's sitting next to this girl, and they're looking for a detective for some reason because they're trying to figure something out. And it turns out that the person right next to him is a detective. And so he ends up being partners with her or whatever. We don't really know the full story yet because the first episode just came out, the pilot, 50-minute episode.
Right. And it goes on, and after they do their little mission or whatever on the plane and get everything sorted out and capturing the bad guy and whatnot, the detective kind of just stays with the kid that is going to be like the main character of the show. He follows the kid around, kind of stays with him, and then at the end of the episode, he's just like, but the detective's already dead. It's not a spoiler because that's literally the name of the show, but it makes it really interesting though, because the dude seemed like he didn't know anything about like being a detective or anything. He was just like a sidekick or whatever.
Like, I know you haven't watched the movie, but I Want to Eat Your Pancreas starts out like that too.
Yeah.
Like, you figure out, oh, the main thing in the movie already happened. She died. You don't know how it's going to happen though. And then the movie takes you down this rabbit trail, and you finally get to the end, and somehow it's not what you thought it was. So hopefully that's what we're gonna get in this show. I don't really know, but
and it gives off like somewhat Death Note vibes with the detective, kind of like was L.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it's not exactly the same, but it's pretty similar in that area. Like, she just knows everything.
That there's these, like, minute details that she sees and, like, pieces together what's happening and all this.
Right.
Super genius, but...
That's one of the things I like. That's, like, my favorite part of the show was the Death Note vibes of how she knew every little thing. Like, it's really cool, because then they, like, backtrack, and she explains, like, how she knew that, and it's really interesting.
One of my favorite parts is it does have little hints of Death Note. I don't think it's going to be as, like, big, good as Death Note.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
It does have a little bit of those, like, little tendencies.
Yeah. And as far as things I don't like, I didn't really like, I don't know, like the romantic vibes. I don't know. I thought some parts are a little edgy for me. I mean, it's not like a terrible show. It's TV-14, but it was a little, there's some edgy parts that made me feel a little uncomfortable, but that's my only complaint, I would say.
My least favorite thing was the pacing was kind of like all over the place. I feel like there's these spikes and it's like, oh, whoa, okay, it's way up here now, and then it just go boom, and then it flattens out for a minute, goes back up.
Interesting.
But like the pacing, like you get this major fight scene, and then you have these little breaks where they're given a little bit of detail to the story. So, in a way, you can't really stay up here all the time. You have to, like, kind of go down.
Yeah.
So, even though it is a negative, it's kind of warranted, I guess.
As far as what I think is going to happen with the show, I feel like basically the dude that's going to be, like, the main character, we'll see him go from, like, not understanding anything about being a detective to being, like, a really good detective. And I feel like that's probably going to be, like, the whole point of the show.
Okay.
What do you think? How do you see things going?
Okay, so I have already watched episode 2. This person hasn't.
This person.
But in episode 2, he has, like, these girls that refer to him as the legendary detective.
Yeah.
So he did end up being, like, pretty successful.
So basically, the show's going to be, like, how he got from there. Like, from
the show
to, like, a legendary detective.
I feel like at least half the show is probably going to be a lot of flashbacks.
Okay. So basically, the main part of the show is, like, already done in a way. Like, they're just going to show you how it got to that point. Like, they've shown you the beginning and end already, basically.
I guess that's fair. I feel like it might not be that way, though.
You think at the very end, after they show what happens in the middle, there's going to be, like, they're going to show you to, like, what happened. like where everything is currently.
See, when you say that though, you kind of think, oh, we already know what's gonna happen. The show's not gonna like surprise me at all. But I feel like they're gonna do a lot of stuff that will surprise people.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna be a good show. I don't think it's gonna be like terrible or great. I think it's gonna be a good show though.
Okay, so I also agree. I think it's gonna be a great show. I think it might be one of the better shows this summer, because obviously the spring season I felt was loaded. Like it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like we haven't watched all of them, but I know shows that I want to go back and watch and catch up on and everything.
Right.
But yeah, it's gonna be one of those major hits for the summer, I think.
Yeah.
But one thing that's gonna limit it is that it's only on Funimation.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's the worst thing, dude. Like, I feel like everyone uses Crunchyroll pretty much.
But if it gets big on Funimation, it might like transfer. Like
That's
somewhere.
true. Yeah, I guess that is true.
But yeah, I don't think it's gonna be like one of the biggest anime ever or anything like that. But I think it's gonna be good. I think people will know about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any way that it's not a solid show. Okay, so now we're on Mal. We're gonna look at some of the responses to what people thought about the first episode or two. And we're just going to read a couple and see if we agree or we have anything to say about them. If they're fair, unfair, or like, yeah, whatever.
Let's get into it.
Okay, so this is the first one we have. It's pretty much saying that they get Bunny Girl Senpai vibes. And I also kind of agree with that.
I have not seen that yet.
Yeah, I don't know. It does give that type of vibe off.
Explain how. Why do you agree with that?
Okay, so he's saying...
From the first half of the first episode, I really thought that it was going to be an action-packed series about MC's and Siesta's adventures, but then that ending happened. And as well, from the second half of the first episode, as well as the second episode as a whole, plus all those girls shown in the opening. I think that this is going to turn out to MC going around helping girls with supernatural or extraordinary problems, aka a harem setting with Nagisa,
Ooh, okay.
the girl we got introduced to today, as the main focus. Possible love interest, and I feel like that lolly-looking girl that popped up on the end of today's episode is going to have similarities to Bunny Girl Senpai's MC Himato. Plus, the dialogue style reminds me of BG's, as well. Does anyone else think that too? As well, does anyone else think that too?
So, like, there's a lot there, but I feel like I agree with him here. I do kind of think it might turn into a harem anime. So that's, yeah, it could turn out to be that, but okay, so it's not gonna be a harem because there's no way. There's no way they're gonna turn it from an action-packed thing to a harem all of a sudden.
You think it'll, like, people get mad since their expectations is action?
No, it's not that. There's just so many harems out.
Oh.
Okay, so it does, like, give me Bunny Girl Senpai vibes.
Yeah.
But...
Did you like that?
Yeah, I thought it was solid.
Okay.
I mean, I think I gave it, like, an 8, probably. The way it is written and everything, like, does kind of go Bunny Girl Senpai type thing.
Let's go on to the next one.
Nate 150 says, so is she dead or somehow there's going to be a big plot and somehow alive? Just tell me, because I honestly don't want to watch the show just to be depressed and sad that she is actually dead.
Well, I guess you gotta watch and see, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the point of the show, like, because you have no idea what happened. And I think everybody assumes she's actually dead, but, like, the point of the show is to see, like, why she's dead.
Actually, after the second episode, it kind of, like, hints at this girl that he meets being, like, her reincarnated almost.
Well, I mean, that's another reason to watch it, then.
Yeah.
I feel like there's just so many questions, and that's the point of watching it.
True, and it's a detective show, so it's like,
yeah.
You're kind of trying to figure it out like a detective.
So basically, dude, like, stop asking so many questions, just watch the show. You know what I mean? Like that. I mean,
yeah, Nate, just watch the show.
Yeah, come on, Nate. What are you doing? What are you doing, Nate?
Okay, so that's all. Right now, there's only so many comments, and those were two that I thought we could actually like share an opinion on or whatever. But we're just gonna end it on that. If you guys have any comments you want to let us know, like what you think about the show, if you're gonna watch it or not, if you think it's gonna be a hit, is it gonna be bad, is it gonna be trash, like let us know. Whatever, we're open to hearing like your discussion or whatever, and we'll also comment back and tell you what we think.
Yep.
So yeah, I guess that's all we have for the show today. But see ya.
Just let us know what y'all think. Peace.